Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for ReZero Season 3, Episode 16. This is the last one, guys. I'm pretty sad, but we do have confirmation on Season 4. We just don't have a date or anything, but so at least it's not, like, canceled or something, right? But yeah, so last episode we learned a lot about gluttony. We had more with lust, but then she just kind of got an order from the book and left. Now, did Gluttony get that order too, but just hasn't either read the book yet or decided to ignore it? Or whatever is sending commands to Lust's book, is Lust's book different than Gluttony's book? Do they all have, like, one universal book where, like, I guess, like, even the two separate Tomb of Knowledges that Beatrice and Roswell had, it felt like it was more of, like, what they should do, right? I think, unless it just said everything that was happening in the world, But it seemed more personal. Of, like, she looked like when Beatrice's went blank, right? That was like the end of what she was supposed to do, or whatnot. It's not like it said like Roswell is over here doing this in her book. So I guess maybe it is personal stuff, and they have the fake ones, right? Like Lust and the other archbishops. So I didn't really talk too much about the book being brought up last episode. It's really interesting. I just really wonder, like, what. I still wonder, is it a person, or is it, like, a different kind of magic, or what controlling what shows up in their book versus what showed up in the Tomb of Knowledge previously, which was the Tomb of Knowledge Echidna? Did we ever confirm that it was, like, her doing? Because she kind of, like, gave Beatrice her final task and then the book stopped updating, right? I don't know. I can't remember. My bad. Anyways, let's jump into this episode and see. We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, Beatrice showed up. Yeah, he's gonna be fine. Yep. Not with that one blast. Oh, nice. Oh, damn. Okay. Just tosses him. Yeah. Probably no opening. Makes sense for the final episode. Nice. Damn. Good shit, dude. Oh, he still took some damage from it, though. Oh, you tried, buddy. Now he knows his name. Wow, so it's not even blood. If he touches you and knows your name, and, like, he licked that spot that he touched them. Oh, is that one? Saw the crystal break, I'm guessing. Wait, is that two? Did you use two crystals for this? Damn, not even a scratch with two big crystals down? Is that 3 already? Do we only have 2 more? Hey, Felt! Oh. He just rubbed it off. Shit. Uh-oh. Reinhardt, maybe? Where did we see Reinhardt last? Oh no, was Felt taken? Or... It's so dramatic. Did it not work? Is that not... Maybe she doesn't even know her own name. Maybe Felt's a made-up name? She was like a... Wait, what? Oh. She knows how to use it. It's the last 2, I think. Oh, shit! What is that thing? Oh. Nice! Yeah! Come on, let it work! Is Gaston okay? Hmm. Interesting. Had to do with Echidna? Fuck! Wait, what happened? Oh, fuck! Otto, his skin is just ripped in muscle. Oh, this is Rui, isn't it? Oh, God. Oh, okay. Shit, so I wonder what Felt's real name. Yep, there was a third. What the fuck is happening? Yep, Rui. Why are all these kids getting roped in with the archbishops? I'm sure she's like 700 years old. Ah, yeah, Old Man Rom. Yep. It wasn't the name she was given at birth. She's gonna be like a relative of the Lagunicas or something like that. Is that the right name? I think so. A relative of like, oh, could be some kind of relative of Lust. Hmm. So were they... That's the last crystal, right? That's the one that's for... to be able to bring back. Okay. Is that, well, so we have one gluttony that walked away, one gluttony we don't know what happened to, and Lust's left. Yeah. Yeah, she was in bed last he saw. Sleepy bye. What was that guy's name? Like, the Mad Songstress or whatever his name was. It's like Kurataka or something. I think that might have been who was on the loudspeaker, right? Maybe? Kiritaka. That was close. We win! Sorry, I was trying to find my notes for Kiritaka. I think that might have been who was on the loudspeaker. So I'm assuming the one gluttony is dead though, right? Or can he somehow come back? What? Oh my god! Jeez. Lucky for healing magic, right? Killed one of the three and learned a bit about his powers. Oh. Wait, we captured... Who'd we capture? Is it Wrath? Oh, fuck. What if they take the bandages off? What if it's... her... Mother Fortuna? Alright. Mm-hmm. What? What? What the heck? What a crazy lady. Oh, get her away. Amelia. Damn. Oh, man. Does that mean something to you, Subaru? Oh, maybe not. Oh, that was one of Liliana's, isn't it? Okay. She has it. That's why she came for him, because she had a thing for Petrogus before. So Petrogus might be able to come back based on what she's saying. Well, shit. Okay, so no revelation yet there. Except a little more hints that she cares about Petrogus, right? I think that's our first time hearing about that. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. Interesting. All right. True. If the anime tells me anything, that anyone you have in captivity is eventually going to break out somehow. Hmm. All right. That's an option. Yeah, unfortunately. She's right. Yeah. She gonna freeze them like she did the wives? You guys haven't watched sci-fi fantasies. Obviously, I know they haven't. That was a joke. No, with the sun rising. Oh, interesting. Oh, the wives. The free women. I shouldn't call them wives anymore. How do they not talk about the fact that they're both isekai here? uh, the dragon and yeah, everything inside. Interesting. Call her her rival, but then also seem like real intrigue into what she's doing. I wonder if Priscilla might have someone that might need that kind of treatment in her life or something like that. Uh, kids made it back to mom. Eh. Rest in peace, Teresia. Hope your soul is at rest now that you're not being zombified. Jeez, better trying hard enough to bleed. Yeah, let's get Puck back. Hey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Did we see that happen? Damn. Very upbeat for losing your hand. Hmm. Did he get in his head a bit? Oh shit, he had his memories taken. She's gonna say, who's this? Damn. Or does he not have his own memories? Oh. Wait. Which one is it? Oh, fuck, man. The result of... And of course they're gonna give us that title after that. Damn, okay, that is it, guys, for episode 16 and for season 3. Let's write this down, because by the time season 4 comes out, I'll have to recap, so... Julius taken. Okay, so... Does each... does each gluttony get something different when they consume someone, and it has a different effect on the person? Because we have some people that are being forgotten, but are still around, like Julius, and like, no, see, that works different, right? People remember Krush lost all of her memories, but people still remember who she is, right? Julius, no one remembers who he is, but he's still up and moving. And then Rem, everyone forgot who she is, and she's in like a comatose state. So, is it something where, like, one gluttony puts them in a comatose state, one gluttony takes the memories from everybody else, and then another, the last gluttony takes the memories from the people themselves? Is that how that works? So one gluttony had an effect on Krush, a different gluttony had an effect on Julius, and then a third gluttony had the effect that happened to Rem. I'm not sure, because, like, what's the difference between Rem and Julius? Like, why is Julius able to walk around with everyone forgetting who he is, but Rem is in a coma, right? Like, why her? So, I don't know. That's probably my theory. And if what was that one? Roy, I think, died, Roy might have been the one that took the memories from other people, right? Because like basically erase their existence, because during that fight he did that and we actually saw it happen. Well, interesting. Okay. But then what happened to Julius over at the other fight, right? I'm trying to like wrap my head around all of this stuff. So were any of those guys still, like, they got back up after they were like taken, right? Or no? Did they not? Have we seen what happened to Gaston? Because we had one guy get up. Was he one of the ones that got touched? Like, before, it's this guy here. But he went to town on all of... Yeah, I think that was the... Let's see, okay. There was one. He hit all of them, right? All of the guys in white. And then there was one that got up and walked back to him. Sorry, I'm just watching this scene again. So he kicks Gaston. Two of these other... He says, hit that guy's name, that wasn't him, though. That guy's name, that wasn't him. That guy's name, and that wasn't him. and then he licks. Okay, so it's... And then it shows those three breaking, and then, like, coming back together, and they seem like they are out. So maybe the final guy that walked up behind didn't have his shit taken. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. So I guess there's maybe Roy was able to take the memories from everyone else, right? Make people forget people, and they went unconscious. If he does both, and then there's what happened to Julius over at what was his name? It was like Lai Butenkaitos or whatever. Lai would be the one that takes the memories from the person themselves. But that kind of combines two of what I thought, right? Like, what does Rui do then? I mean, maybe we just don't know what Rui does yet. Oh, well, no. That's right, because we have the third option of having... I'm confused. Yeah, I don't know. We're probably just gonna have to wait and find out. I'm sorry for hanging on this so much. I was trying to figure it out, but yeah. So if we assume that Lai takes the memories from the people, like what happened to Julius, like the individuals, but everyone else still remembers them. No, I'm sorry. That's what happened to Crush. So that's not what Lai did. God damn it. I thought I had like a quick basis, but I have no idea. I have a feeling that somehow in that triangle of like abilities versus results, we have some kind of linking parameters, and then maybe we'll just have to try to figure out which one's which. I mean, for sure we know that Roy can make everyone forget someone. We know that at least. We don't know if they go into a coma like Rem. That's the one thing we know for sure. Now we know that Julius was fighting Lai, but we have no idea. Like Rui could have showed up to that fight first and did something too, because we never saw the moment that Julius lost, or that everyone forgot about Julius too. So I mean, maybe they just all have the same power, and they just, like, it's different, like, methods, or, I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna move on, because I have a lot to talk about, but we'll have to learn more about that in the future. So, I apologize for being so confused. For some reason, my mind sometimes has a hard time wrapping itself around, like, trying to, like, match pairs, and like, things like that. I always have issues. I can't remember. There was another show where I was trying to do a very similar thing to this, and I had a hard time with it, and for some reason I just struggle with some stuff like that. Plus, we don't have all the information too, so that's part of the problem. But anyway, we had Beatrice kind of come in. Unfortunately, like, even with her 5 big spells she had, they didn't really amount to much. I mean, I know Beatrice is strong, but you know, I guess this is an Archbishop, it took a lot more than that, so... But she definitely set the staging ground for a few attacks, she did good there, and then she worked together with Felt. I mean, she did know how to use that thing, and use the, like, what was that, 2 of the crystals in order to fire off a blast from it, and then she also said she recognized it, so while we're on that topic... She looked at it and said, like, Mother, so is this weapon something that Echidna used to own, or did she create it, or what? But that's all we really got for that. We have no real gauge, but we also have the fact that Felt got touched, and that's not her name, so my theory is that she might bear some kind of, like, because people are like, why did a sewer rat get picked to be one of the potential, you know, princesses to take the throne or whatever, or future queens or whatever, like, whatever they are, to replace the king in this in this like election or campaign or whatever they called it back in season 1. But maybe she's got royal blood, you know? Like I don't know what Lust's true form is, but she is blonde, right? So, I mean, there are also a lot of blonde characters in the show, but I mean, maybe that could be some kind of family resemblance or something like that. Who knows? But at least we know that someone, like, assuming that is less like real hair color from when she was born. I have no idea about Lust's past. Maybe she didn't even look like that, right? She can change how she looks. So, but but if that is her natural hair color, then we can assume that the royal family at least has some blondes in the family and stuff like that. And usually in anime, when you have like a family hair color, everyone in the family has it rather than just a couple people. So yeah, maybe something like that. Or I just wonder if the name will shock us in the future, right? If we, I feel like eventually we'd probably learn who she is. I guess maybe not, but whatever happened to Felt when she was born, Old Man Rom got to her at some point and took care of her. But before that, we have no idea. We don't know, was she abandoned? Was her parents killed and so she was left and Rom picked her up and gave her the name and everything? But whatever it is not her true name, which I guess gives her a massive advantage over Gluttony. Granted, Gluttony could still just kill her, right, if she's not strong enough, but at least she can't be consumed by Gluttony, because if no one knows their names, then he's not going to find out. So, certainly interesting. Look forward to learning more about that. We caught Wrath. They discussed what they were going to do with her. I don't know. Did they come to a consensus? Is it Reinhardt bringing her to the capital to be questioned? Is that, or were they still like kind of, did they leave it like up in the air and they were going to talk about it further? But either way, that should be interesting. I wonder if she'll break out at some point, but I think that's just another hint. I've had the theory since like episode 2 or 3 of the first half of the season that Wrath might be Mother Fortuna, based on the similar hair color to Emilia, the eyes being very similar to Emilia, and all that. I had a theory where like sometimes we see under her one eye that's showing. Sometimes we see like some messed up skin, and I thought maybe like if like she was trapped in ice back when Emilia froze that whole forest, then maybe someone like came, or maybe somehow she broke out, but maybe someone came and like ripped the ice off of her and it like tore all of her skin off and then it just healed poorly, and that's why she's all like bandaged up, is because she just looks terrible after someone did that. I don't know. That was my theory back then, and then now we have her having an obsession with Betelgeuse. She's obsessed with Subaru because Betelgeuse's power is in there, and kind of tease the idea that Betelgeuse might be able to be brought back, which is interesting. Like, if they could separate that aspect of Subaru, the unseen hand and everything, from Subaru and maybe like put it in someone else or something, Betelgeuse might make a return someday. I don't know. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see in that regard. But obviously, we know that Mother Fortuna and Betelgeuse had kind of a thing in like before they were both like one driven mad and the other one, like, as far as we knew, killed, but maybe not actually killed. So yeah, I'm curious about that, and if that is the case, when are they going to reveal it? Because I almost feel like it's obvious at this point, and I almost feel like I'll be very sad if it's not, right? If it's somehow not Mother Fortuna and it's something else, because there's so many hints to it, it would just make me really sad. Like, granted, I'm also going to be sad if it is, because it's going to crush Amelia, but yeah, so we'll see. We had the Al scene, right? Which once again is interesting. I don't know that I've ever talked about this in my discussion, but I watched a reaction to season 1 a long time ago, and one of the reactors had this like wild theory that Al could be like Subaru from the future, and that's why he's hiding his face. He just kind of threw that out there without too much of a basis, just like sometimes that shit happens in TV shows. And I was like, no way. So I don't want to take credit for this theory, but just to throw it out there, I still think it's a crazy theory. But one, a few episodes ago or it might even been last episode, when Al came out of the rubble, he said he died like four, or I can't remember the exact words, but something like he died like 4 times, or he felt like he died 4 times trying to get out of there. So if he does have a return by death like Subaru had, or has, maybe that's why he said it like that. Maybe that was a hint to the audience. This episode, it felt like for one, he went and saved Beatrice, which maybe he did that because of lingering feelings, right? I mean, he also could have done it just because tactically on the battlefield, having another soldier would be beneficial. But he also brought her the crystal she needed to bring, wow, why am I forgetting the name? Fuck. God damn it, I can't remember the damn cat spirit's name. I know she calls it Betty, right? But they just said it like we need to bring so-and-so back, and now I can't freaking... I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure I'll think of it. It's one of those dumb moments where I know it, but for some reason I just can't think about it this moment, and I don't want to waste you guys' time sitting here trying to think about it. So you guys know who I'm talking about. The crystal to bring them back. So it's like, why did he do all that? And then he so naturally called her Bayako, which is the nickname that Subaru, and she's like, only Subaru can call me that, and then like walked right by him. And even like, there was even a small moment where I felt like Al was like taken aback when talking to Amelia, as if there was some feelings there too. I don't know. So, we do know from the short that's on YouTube that never got included in the anime that Al was isekai'd here, supposedly like 10 years ago, but what if at one point Subaru goes back in time, right? And then lives 10 years. And that explains the age. I did have a theory about like Al's missing an arm, and Subaru has his messed up arm, but I'm pretty sure they're opposite arms, so that kind of foils that theory. But I just wanted to throw it out there because I thought it was really interesting that I was just talking to one of my viewers on Discord about that, and about that theory, and talking it out with him, because he was talking about how Al might have, because of that line in the last episode, Al might have like a return by death like Subaru does. And then I threw out that theory that I heard a while back. And now we have this episode with the casual mention of Bayako helping her be like brought back from her like sleep and everything. So it was just really interesting. I'm curious what's going on with Al. They're definitely raising the mysterious level of Al big time this season. So, but yeah, super curious. Poor Otto getting the skin all the way down to the bone tore off his legs. Sheesh. But it seems like he'll be okay and he'll even walk again. So I guess magic is able to like heal that muscle back on and everything. We had like, I wonder if that third gluttony is dead. Because that was Rui showed up, right? After the blast. And I think after the blast we saw, I thought there's a moment where they showed like a uh there was a moment after the blast where they showed, I thought they showed like a dust pile, right? Like an outline of a person of dust. And I thought that was what was left of Roy. But skipping through, I realized that after the blast happened, we did get a shot of Roy on the ground covered in blood and seemingly like knocked out. Although I don't think we saw Rui like carry him off, so is he just dead, or did Rui carry him off and I just didn't realize it, and he's gonna be alive again? I guess we'll have to wait and see. So, Amelia froze everyone, put them into cold sleep that got turned into the bugs and the dragon and everything. So hopefully someday they might find a way to solve that problem. But yeah, overall, there were a couple episodes that were a little on the slower side, but a lot of the episodes are pretty good. This whole season was this big fight. We only had, what, two? Did we have one or two? I think we had two times where he returned by death, which isn't a lot, surprisingly. So he's definitely... We kind of had that whole bit in season 2 where Subaru kind of learned to take care of himself a little more, not just throw away his life. But man, I gotta say, if that shit happened to my leg and arm, I feel like I probably would have just tried again, you know? But props to Subaru for just trying to live with it. But also, interestingly enough, Subaru now has the unseen hand in whatever that power is within him of Betelgeuse. He has a bit of the dragon blood from Lust. So he now has like two things from these Synarch bishops. It feels like he's just collecting like little minor like powers or something. But I suppose the talk of like fixing the bug people eventually, that's why they put them in the cold sleep. I had talked to my friend about how back to the Al theory, Al's arm, the one that is supposedly right, like that's Al's right arm, right? We're seeing it in this image right here. And then if we look at Subaru, Subaru's messed up arm is his right arm. Yeah. So that means if Al is Subaru, then somehow Subaru's arm gets healed, because it's not that veiny crap on Al. But once again, that's, you know, we set up the idea that these things could be healed, which means that Subaru might be able to be healed eventually, and could still potentially be Al, and then he loses his left arm in another way. And I guess the season sets up the idea that Subaru is willing to like have limbs be messed up and still continue without just resetting to fix it. Because you could think like, oh, why doesn't he just... Or, you know, maybe he does try to reset to fix the arm, but his save point gets updated or whatnot, and he can't. So, that's also a possibility. But, anyway, I think it's also entirely possible that Al is not Subaru, but may have a power that is similar to Return by Death. I think that's possible as well. So, I just want to put that out there. But anyway, enough of that theory. Because I also... Didn't I help wake you up? Bayako. Yeah, just so naturally called her that, and then she's like, Subaru's the only person Betty allows to call her that. Oh, I guess Betty is a nickname for uh Beatrice, isn't it? Wait, so I thought we need this crystal for... Didn't... I don't know. I thought Beatrice said we need this crystal for Betty, to bring Betty back. Bubby. No, it's like Bubby or something, isn't it? My bad. Not Betty. Anyway, so it's bugging me. I don't know how I can't remember the damn name, but they talk about it right here, right? Um, Puck. There we go. God damn it. I don't know why. I don't know why I couldn't remember Puck. God damn it. Okay. So, have I kind of covered? I mean, I can't remember if we saw Ricardo lose a hand during that fight. It was a few episodes ago at this point. Or was it last episode? Anyway, I don't feel like I remember him losing a hand, so I think during that fight, some shit happened. Ricardo lost a hand, and kind of like how Julius lost, or people forgot about him. So we also have Priscilla showing a bit of interest in, like, she wouldn't give Amelia the time of day, but they're like, if you're able to put these things in, cold sleep. Granted, I don't think she acknowledges it yet fully, because they could all just be dead in there for all Priscilla knows, right? But if they find a cure and they release them and they're still alive and then they cure them, Priscilla's like, I'll acknowledge you as my rival or whatnot. So, and then there was just a really interesting look that she gave. I mean, there's obviously more to Priscilla with the whole, like, what was it, like the Princess of Thorns or Queen of Thorns that we had a few episodes ago. Um Iris and the Thorn King. That's what it was. So, like, that on top of, like, some of these looks from Priscilla, I definitely think there's more to her. And I mean, I do kind of agree with what she said. She was like, we need to put them out of their misery, because if there really was no cure, then yes, like, don't leave me as a fucking creepy bug creature, right? Just kill me. So, anyways, this was a good season. Definitely not as, like, we definitely learned a lot of things, right? But none of, like, the really big questions I have, like what the witches cult is, like, truly up to, who's writing in their gospels, right? Like, some of these big questions, like what's Amelia's ties to, like, why does she look so much like the Witch of Envy? Is it just coincidence? But then we had, like, a lot of those moments last season where, like, the Witch of Envy seemed to, like, possess Amelia's body or whatnot. So, like, what is some of these, like, really big questions I feel like we didn't really get any closer to, unless the captured archbishop we have spills something when it gets to the capital. But other than that, I feel like we just, like, kind of went to a new, I mean, we did succeed in killing, uh wait, did we kill any archbishops? I mean, we might have killed one gluttony. We killed Regulus. Regulus should be dead, for sure. Regulus and one gluttony. We thought Wrath might have been dead, but she's still alive. And then, other than that, we kind of fought a couple henchmen of Lust, right? For Teresia and Kurgan. And then Lust just left. Gluttony left. So, I think that's all we had here. And like I said, maybe one gluttony is gone. I'm not sure. So yeah, I mean, we set up Al as being more mysterious than he was before. Felt has, like, a fake name that, she doesn't even know what her original was, and as long as she's doing it nefariously. Uh, we learned Kiritaka was isekai, but for some reason Subaru never even wants to talk about that. I'm so mad about that. Why don't they talk about it? Like, oh, so I heard you're from Japan too. Let's have a conversation. I mean, maybe he can't because of his, like, return by death, but he hasn't even tried. So, I don't know. Anyway. Which, I don't even know if Kiritaka knows that Subaru was isekai, right? Like, Subaru pieced it together that Kiritaka was, but not, it might not have been the other way around. But yeah. Interesting. Alright. And I mean, we know that the witch's cult was kind of here for like the Tomb of Wisdom and the Spirit in order to do something with a corpse of a witch that was down below. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and find out in Season 4. So I think that will be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you did. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. Links in the description below. Should be popping up on the screen. And who knows? I mean, depending on... Well, I mean, I'll probably try to watch ReZero if it's airing, but it may come out on my Patreon before it comes out here for Season 4, so keep an eye out on that. And other good stuff on there, and early access, and the Patreon shows that I watch, and stuff like that. All kinds of goodies on there. Or you can just hit the subscribe button, because that's totally free. Thank you guys, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.